Shady Man is back.
Oh, okay, oh my gosh, the ring got messed up. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have delivered. Something is true, something but look at that, my God.
This is your boy. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash True Inferno. Back at it with another Pokemon Unite commentary video gameplay for you guys. And I'm letting you know right now, this is going to be a long video because we got some more news regarding the whole Quantum TV, Ackman, Review Tech USA situation that involves now basically any YouTuber that is monetized or that is part of the YouTube partner program, whatever it's called, that talks about this topic because it's gotten really out of control. But before I get into that, let me talk about last week and the fact that I didn't upload a video on this channel last week. I didn't even live stream last week. Something serious happened last week that left me emotionally and mentally scarred. So I did not upload a video or live stream at all last week with this episode of Friday's video. So that's what happened there. Well, that was on my other YouTube channel, that is. But outside of that, I just wasn't in the mood to upload or work on any videos last week from that Tuesday up to Thursday. So there's that. Because I would have talked about the smaller details regarding what this video is about. Like the majority of things I'm going to talk about happened, I think either that Thursday or Friday. I don't remember what day it was when I discovered this, and I took some detailed notes on this situation. But yeah, I'm glad I held out. It is crazy. This situation is crazy. So here's the deal. If you are monetized or partner or part of the partner program on YouTube, and you want to talk about this Quantum TV Ackman situation, YouTube is now going around either demonetizing people or giving you a community guideline or community strike or something along those lines. They want to keep this situation under the rug. So the last video I did, I talked about how YouTube basically said that Quantum TV did nothing wrong at all, which is very off and hypocritical, because what happened was this. Ackman posted some stuff on Twitter, right? He was clearly joking around. But then there's this one tweet that he put out that went too far. That went a bit too far, rather. He took the tweet down. But apparently YouTube still saw the tweet and decided to basically demonetize the Ackman YouTube channel. And I'm like, what? So not because of anything that Ackman did on YouTube, but because of a deleted tweet, the Ackman is now demonetized on YouTube. So I'm not sure. Well, first of all, I never really followed the Ackman, so I'm not sure if he still uploads videos to this day. I have no clue what's up with that. But yeah, that's crazy. So if you talk about this situation, like I said, YouTube will go after you. It's, you know, if you're monetized or if you're part of the partner program, whatever the case may be. So this happened to Camelot 331, where he talked about the situation and he got hit up by YouTube. So y'all probably wondering, well, what about me? Well, I'm not monetized on this channel anyway, nor am I part of the partner program. Assuming they're both different things, more likely they're the same thing pretty much. But either way, on this channel, I'm not monetized. I'm not making money on this YouTube channel. The other YouTube channel is a different story, but I'm not talking about controversial topics on that channel. That's what this topic is for, channel is for rather. So it's very, very weird that YouTube is going after anybody that talks about this situation, but it's getting worse for them because media outlets are now picking up on this story. And actually, they've been doing that for a few days now because a media outlet, or at least two of them, if it says it correctly, had interviewed the Ackman on this situation. So the big concern here is this. If more and more media outlets pick up this story and they obviously run with it, then YouTube gonna be in trouble because their advertisers, their sponsors, their shareholders and stockholders would be like, well, wait a minute now. what is this news about you supporting somebody who hates the LGBTQ community, who constantly break your community guideline rules? What's up with this? And you going after people who are against it. Like, then, then we could potentially see an apocalypse, a bigger apocalypse that could really destroy the platform, possibly destroy the platform, rather. So it's very crazy. It's very, very crazy. I don't know where things are in regarding to YouTube's involvement, but it is very, very interesting. Now, speaking of YouTube and Quantum TV, he dropped a video sometime last week. It was, I don't remember when he did it, but it was after Wednesday. And let me see if I can find the name of the video real quick. And I'm trying to think, how long was this video? I think the video was, let me see if I can find the video. Here it is. It's called Quantum TV Drama Set Straight. And that's actually kind of funny. But nevertheless, that's the video. It is 23 minutes and 15 seconds long, and he uploaded it 5 days ago. So there you go with that. So that's actually like, what was that? Thursday. It was Thursday. It was, around that time. Yes, I was correct. It was Thursday. So again, because of who we dealing with, I'm not going to download his video and then upload bits and pieces and then commentate over it. Instead, what I'm going to do is the last time when I talk about a video that Chrono TV uploaded, whatever the case may be, I'm going to quote him, not necessarily word for word, but I'm going to quote him, give you timestamps when he said these quotes. So if y'all don't believe me, y'all can look this up yourselves. The link to his video will be in the description box below. And I'm going to react to, there's certain things that he said that made me go, well, that made me have to comment. And yeah, and there's a lot. So let's check this out real quick. So here we go. So we're going to start things off. And this is the most important thing that he said in this entire video. Like the first thing he said in this video, his family is threatened. And that's very important to me because let me just jump straight to this. I want to say that both sides, so we're talking Quantum TV side and then the other side, which consists of the Ackman, well, I know the Ackman definitely, maybe Review Tech USA, maybe Mischief, maybe Camelot 331, and whoever else that spoke up against Quantum TV, I don't know, their families, there's a good chance that their families are threatened as well. So because of the fact that this have now gone beyond YouTube, I truly believe that both sides need to come together and somehow squash it. They need to somehow come together, squash it, and YouTube themselves need to get involved, not as a mediator, because they can't be trusted at this point in time. They are not going to be trusted to be the mediator. So they probably need a fourth party. A fourth party needs to be involved as the mediator. So this could be settled once and for all, because now we're at the point where their families are being threatened, and it shouldn't get to that point. And apparently we are at that point, and it's a travesty. So that needs to be taken care of, So I truly believe that, and when we get more in the whole both sides need to come together scenario, I'm going to talk about that later on in this video, which is ironic actually. But let's continue on. 33 seconds into the video, he mentioned Ackman and Review Tech USA taking or talking points that expired hatred. And I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Now I can't speak. Well, actually, no, I can't speak on Ackman. Okay, here's what happened. On Twitter, the Ackman literally said, yo, don't go after this guy. Review Tech USA constantly says this all the time. Yo, whoever he's talking about his videos, whether it's Chrono TV or whoever, do not go after them. Like, do not stalk them in the DMs. Don't dox them. Don't try to find a real life. Like, so the Ackman released a tweet saying that about Chrono TV, like, don't go after Chrono TV. Review Tech USA have a history of saying, yo, don't go after people. Like, he have a history of saying that. So to say that, oh, they're talking points or taking points, I forgot what the exact word he said. They're taking points that inspire hatred, basically saying like, oh, they're inspiring hatred onto him. I'm like, no, that's not accurate at all. Because, and here's the thing that Chrono TV needs to realize. Just because you're a content creator, you're not somebody who can warp people's brains and tell people what to do. Now, granted, that's for the people watching to decide what they want to do. So you can't control people, basically. Now, again, so that should go out towards the individuals watching and taking it that far. And I'm like, I don't care whose side you're on. You should not be like doing that. Like, you should not be taking it that far. Which brings me to what Chrono TV said at the start of his video: his family being threatened. It should not get to that point. So, but even though it may have gotten to the point, but here's the thing that Chrono TV needed to realize, and he failed to acknowledge in his video. You think out of the two sides, your family is the only one who is being threatened by this? I mean, let's be real. Even though he didn't talk about this, and there's a few things that he didn't talk about in this video, you called his mom. You went beyond YouTube to call his mom. And I'm like, nobody does that. Like, no grown man does that when dealing with another grown man. Because that's who both of you are. I know you call him act boy, but y'all both grown ass men. So y'all should be able to talk it out as men. And we're going to get more on that later on in this video as well. So you have to realize it's not just your family that's being threatened. The other side's family is being threatened as well. Ackman said that on Twitter. I would not be surprised if any other YouTuber on that side, their family being threatened as well because of your followers and your fans. So don't act like, oh, their side is the only one who is expiring hatred, whether it's on purpose or not, whether it's accidental or not. Your side is doing it too. Again, you might not be doing it, but your fans are. Don't act like they're not, because they are. Both sides' fan base are. You got to realize that. Let's continue on. Minute and 13 seconds in. He said, okay, spill into a real world conduct of hatred and could get worse. And again, that's going back to what he said in his beginning of the video at the 0-second mark. Yo, it's gotten worse. Families members are being involved here. Let's continue on. A minute and 36 seconds. He said he never band-evaded nor doxed anyone and is not a homophobe. And here's the problem. And this is the problem of this entire video. What the thing is, the other side are providing videos, they're providing screenshots, they're providing live streams where they're reacting to what you said on social media, what you said in your own videos. They have evidence, they have proof, and they continuously have evidence and proof that says you band-evaded, that, well, I don't know about the doxing. I guess looking up Ackman's mom is considered doxing, even though let's be real. There is a website out there that have everybody's personal information out there. I'm dead serious. I found that website myself about my own information. I'm like, no, take that crap off. So if you really want to find somebody's information, you don't really have to do no mumbo jumbo, super duper advanced hacking or anything like that. You could just Google search somebody's name and you could find something. Like it's really that simple. So do that with your own name, people. And if you find your name, hit up that website and say, yo, take my information off. Like, you need to do that. But, so I'm not going to go as far as say doxing, because I'm not all that familiar with doxing. I'm assuming that's hacking to find somebody's personal information. I don't know. I'm not going to go there and act like I'm an expert in doxing. And then when you say not a homophobe, again, there's countless evidence saying the opposite. So just because you just say with your words, I'm not band-evading, I'm not a homophobe, why would people believe you and your words where the other side have evidence, videos, screenshots, live streams of you, of them responding to your words and your videos? You see, that's the issue here. So let's move on. 2 minutes in, never dox anyone, and there will never be any proof or evidence of it happening. Well, I mean, okay. Like I said, I'm not a dox expert. The only thing I can think of is, again, you called the Axeman's mom. How you get her number? Like I said, and then I mentioned the website, so you probably could have done it the same way as I described it. But still, though, you went out of the way to call another grown man's mom. And we'll get more into that scenario in a second. But let's move on. 2 minutes and 51 seconds. He says that he supports LGBTQ businesses. And I'm like, okay, what are they? What are these businesses? You know, okay, here's the thing. Just like I don't follow the Ackman, there's only 2 people within this entire situation that I follow. Review Tech USA, I follow him for years. And Camelot 331. And so outside of those 2, I don't follow the Ackman. I don't follow Mischief. I don't follow Chrono TV. So I have no information about, you know, what they were like prior to all of this. So to say that you support LGBTQ businesses, I'm like, why should I believe you? Like, what are the businesses? You know, where's the proof? And that, again, the other side providing proof. You're not. You're just saying stuff. So why should I believe your words where the other side got evidence, videos, pictures, screenshots, live reactions of things that you have said in your videos? So why should I believe you when you say you have LG or support LGBTQ businesses? You don't even name the businesses. You don't even name them. Like, name the corporations. So, and if you do that, then we could probably look into it. So like, yo, does Chrono TV support you guys? And then if they say yeah, then we can look at it and say, okay, we have an interesting discussion here. But you didn't name the businesses. So why should we take you seriously? Now let's move on to 3 minutes and 3 seconds. 5 years ago, here we go. He was hacked and talking about why they were left up for so long. They as in his Twitter account. So here, and then we're gonna combine this one as well. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in. He focused on his PlayStation and emails that was hacked. So let me break down what he said here. Basically, it wasn't just according to him, it wasn't just his Twitter that was hacked. His emails was hacked. His PlayStation was hacked. So there was other stuff of his that was hacked that involved his businesses, that involved his financial information and personal information. Now, he did admit that he did regain his Twitter, but he said that because those other social media platforms and his emails and PlayStation account all had personal information and financial information, they were top priority. So he was working to get those back and get those secure. And he even said how one of his OG emails which was under YouTube, is still not back. He still didn't get that back because YouTube was dumb, apparently. Okay, so there's a lot of things off with that. And here's where obviously you can't provide evidence for that, because now you talk about providing your personal information and you say your family's being threatened. You don't want, so I can understand you're not providing information or personal information regarding or proof behind that. So, but there's still a lot of things wrong with that situation. So let me count the rays. Here's the thing. I said this in my first video when I talked about this. He said that his Twitter was hacked. And he mentioned his PlayStation and other stuff being hacked. And I'm like, what does that have to do with your Twitter? That was never explained back then in his earlier video. Now it is. So here's the thing. I said this in that first video I did. I'm gonna say it now. Your Twitter is still a part of your business. It's like an extension of your business, which is your YouTube channel. So as a YouTuber, as a content creator, there's a thing that you all want, that you all desire. You know, I want this as well. And that is this. You want to be sponsored by a company. You want to establish connections with a company or with other content creators, because they might have connections to a company. So you want to move up, not just on YouTube, but outside of YouTube as well, in terms of businesses and sponsorships and collaborations and things of that nature. And I said this in the first video. I'm going to say it now. You, as Quantum TV, is a black man, African-American man. Let me not make that mistake as it was made in that Street Fighter 6 article. You are an African-American man. And let me be more specific. You are a heterosexual African-American man. Because companies and the government fear those types of people. They fear us. They fear us, because I'm one too. Why do I say these things? Because, and this is a quote that you often hear from time to time again, Stephen A. will often say this: white people catch cold, black people catch pneumonia. It is that much harder for us to get those opportunities. It really is. So when we have those opportunities, it is also that much harder rather, to keep those opportunities. So if you mess up even once, there's a very good chance that's it. You're not getting another opportunity like that. There's a very good chance that you're not gonna get another opportunity like that, because one, you're an African-American heterosexual man. Now you're probably saying, why you say heterosexual? Well, because Twitch is a prime example of this. If you, once upon a time, they would not allow black people on their homepage. But because of Black Lives Matter, now they're starting to do that. But at the same time, you will only see black women, or you will see black, well, what's the term here that was used to describe this? It not festive. It's like, it's a certain term without saying, or mention the words gay or homo. It's another word. that is clean. I forgot what the term is, but you only see black women in like those like I can't think of the term, but like it's not you won't see heterosexual men, black men on Twitter's homepage. If you do, it's extremely rare. So that's a prime example right there. So for Quantum TV to not get his Twitter back within 5 years, by the way, is unacceptable because these companies gonna look at his Twitter and say, well, wait a minute now. What's this stuff you saying about the LGBTQ community, about wanting them to die, and you don't support them, and you said all these mean things, and blah, blah, blah. They're not gonna work with you, and then they're gonna hit up their other corporate friends, their other corporations that they have connections with, and say, yo, don't work with Quantum TV. He released these tweets about these. So even though it's not as important as your financial information or your personal information, it's still important. Like, you should have dedicated a weekend. I mean, you were uploading videos this whole time. It's not like you stopped uploading videos to get all your information back. So what's the excuse there? But you should have spent the weekend or two to clean up your Twitter. So that's the first thing that should have happened there. So if you would have cleaned up the Twitter, like within a span of that year, after you got your Twitter back, this wouldn't be an issue. Another thing that you should have done was this. And I think I said this in the first video, and that is this. Once you got your Twitter back and you saw what was said, you should have said, yo, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I just got my Twitter back. It was hacked along with other things that I own. So these disgusting tweets that were posted out there, I did not do those. The hacker did it. I can't focus on cleaning up my Twitter because I got to get my other stuff back that had my personal and financial information on it. But once I do get that back, I will clean up my Twitter and we can go from there. I just want you guys to know I did not tweet these hateful comments toward the LGBTQ community. You should have released a tweet saying that. You should have released a video saying that. And none of that wouldn't take long at all. Neither one of those. So once you got your Twitter back, you should have done that ASAP. And then you can say, oh, well, I was busy dealing with getting my PlayStation account back and my emails with all my personal information back. That would have made more sense. But you didn't do either one of those things. So there's an issue there as well. And again, which brings me to this next point. It's been 5 years. You said this yourself in your video. Like, your Twitter account was hacked 5 years ago. I'm like, you mean to tell me 5 years have gone by and he said this in his video. He got all his stuff back. So I'm like, so then why didn't you go back to your Twitter? Because again, even though it's not the important thing, but it's still important for your business, for your brand, and for possible future collaborations and, sponsorships, things like that. Like, bruh, we dealing in a world where, like, media folks will go into Twitter and look up tweets from cats who was in high school right before they're about to get drafted to the NFL, right before they're about to get drafted to the NBA, and the draft is coming up this Thursday, by the way. And they would say, yo, don't draft him number one. Look what he said 3 years ago when he was back in high school. Like, people do that. They would go through Twitter, social media outlets just to find something negative about a potential number one draft pick or number 5 draft pick. Like, if people are willing to do that for kids, teenagers, and young adults, what do you think corporations are going to do with you as a black, African American heterosexual man? You know they're going to do that too. So yeah, again, your Twitter is in comparison to your PlayStation account and your other stuff that have your financial information, personal information. Is it more important? No, but it's still important in its own way for your business and for your future in terms of establishing relationship with companies, getting sponsorship deals and all that stuff. So that your Twitter should have been cleaned up. And that's why the whole, I didn't really focus on my Twitter. It's not believable. It's really not believable. And there you go with that. Now let's move on. 4 minutes and 35 seconds into the video. ReviewTech USA had an impersonation account as a mod his community. And I'm like, well, first off, I'm not sure if he did that or some random Joe just did it. And this was a thing even before, this whole, the issue between you and ReviewTech USA even got started. So I'm like, what's the point of bringing that up? Like, what did that have to do with anything? That have nothing to do with anything. You know, they like to troll. Like, he liked to troll his chat. The chat like to troll him. Like, they like to goof around. That's how it is. That's how it is over there. So there's that. So the fact that there's a impersonation account of him, not of Quantum TV, but of Review Tech USA, and Review Tech USA made that impersonation account a mod in his community. I'm like, so what's the point? Like, what does that have to do with you? You know? So there's the issue there. 4 minutes and 56 seconds. A guy took his old Twitter handle and made a channel off of it. And again, I said this near the beginning of this video. Where's the proof of this? Like, I think I want to say I found it. I think I don't recall. But again, where's the evidence of this? Now I understand you not want to give them any clout or anything like that. That's fine. But still though. But my other thing is, what does that have to do with anything as well? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with the Act-Man or Review Tech USA? I have no clue. Now, if you're trying to accuse them of sending somebody to take your old Twitter handle and make a channel off of it, is that what you're going with? Again, I highly doubt it. You have no evidence behind that. You didn't present any evidence behind that. So that's no. I have to say no to that. Just flat out no. All right, let's move on. 5 minutes and 55 seconds. He said that he deleted his Twitter when he saw a tipster streaming it, not Review Tech USA. Again, it don't matter who was streaming your Twitter. Because apparently, I didn't know. Well, first of all, I had no clue Tipster is until, you know, this whole incident. So whether or not Tipster was live at the same time as Review Tech USA was live, either way, they both was live streaming. And I don't know how Tipster found out about your Twitter, but some people came into Review Tech USA's live stream and said, yo, you need to check out Quantum TV's Twitter. Look at the horrible things he said. But it don't matter who was live streaming it first. The fact of the matter is this: you didn't delete your Twitter until it was being live streamed. So that, again, that did not make you look good. It really, really don't. All right. So here's where things get interesting. 6 minutes and 52 seconds. He said, and I quote this Quantum TV, I read that tweet, and that tweet doesn't even say that all gay people needs to be shot and harmed. And I really had to find that tweet, but I found it. So, and here's what it said. You know, according to Quantum TV, this was the hackers. So let's check this out. And I'm quoting here the tweet. You have LGBT kissing in church, but we're bigots for rejecting this hateful content. And then you had like a exquisite face right there. Why weren't you a post victim? Shaking my head. The world would be a better place without you. Hashtag boycott the LGBT of us. So now, if we were going off of that first tweet, even though some people may say, well, wait a minute, it looked like you want the LGBTQ community to die, but instead, I would give you the benefit of the doubt and say that it's somebody from Naughty Dog who got the check on Twitter that tweeted a picture about two girls role-playing two characters from The Last of Us 2 dancing in the church. So, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that that guy who is a part of Naughty Dog should have been a post victim. So I'm gonna give you benefit of the doubt and say that instead of, oh, you wasn't talking about the LGBTQ community, you were talking about this one guy who works at Naughty Dog. Either way, that's still not a good look. That's still not a good look. Again, it's one lives in comparison to I don't know how many, but it's still not a good look. Oh, but now we're gonna combine that tweet with another tweet. So somebody responded and said, well, yeah, I'm not really a fan of the LGBTQ community either, but dang, I don't want people to die. That's going too far. I don't remember what his exact tweet was, but it's something along those lines. But Quantum TV, or the account, responded to that tweet saying the following, and I'm quoting here. They deserve it. The world is better off without them forcing their lifestyle on it. Now it's like, well, wait a minute now. Now, if you would combine both of those tweets that Quantum TV account posted, it does look like that the account is saying that the LGBTQ community should die. So you see how this is looking? And it gets worse because now there is a screenshot of a Discord conversation where Quantum TV literally said on Discord, I wish them, and I'm quoting here, I wish the most painful death on everyone involved in this massive smear campaign. And this was tweeted on the Ackman's Twitter back in May 19th. Yeah. And also, by the way, in that screenshot, it says that it was posted today, and I'm quoting here, today at 3:25 p.m. I have no clue what today is. Like, I don't know if that's this year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I have no clue. So I'm not going to just say, oh, he posted that on May 19th. No, I'm not going to go that far. But the fact that it was said, something like that was said on your Discord as well, like, bruh, it's not a good look, man. And again, I'm seeing evidence from one side, but no evidence from you. But again, did we talk about your Twitter and you saying it being hacked? And I don't know how you can provide evidence of it being hacked. So there you go. Moving on. 7 minutes and 12 seconds into the video. He accused the Ackman of using the F word with no apology outside of some disingenuous crap and accused him of still saying it. So when I mean the F word, we talking about the F word that rhymes with maggot. So again, I have not followed the Ackman like that until when, you know, I've seen some stuff here and there because of this incident. But if that's true, now it's like, well, wait a minute now. We gotta turn our heads that way. And look at the Ackman for that. 7:36. He accused the Ackman of using the N-word with the hard ER. You know, that the word N-word that rhymes with finger. Well, almost rhymes with finger, but yeah, you get the point. Again, same thing apply here. Now I have to look, as a black man, as an African-American man, I have to look at him and go, now, wait a minute now, Ackman. What is that about? Let's move on. 8 minutes and 38 seconds. Accused the Ackman of creating a Discord server called the Ack Clan, with a C, by the way, clan, after being told of racist things being done towards Quantum TV. Oh, that's a bit of, he said this as like, people may say that's a stretch. Even as an African-American man myself, I have to say that's a bit of a stretch as well. Because now you're under the oppression rather that everything the Ackman does revolves around you. And I'm like, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. I'm gonna just chalk that off as a coincidence. Now, again, if you accusing the Ackman of using the N-word with the hard ER, yeah, some questions need to be brought up about that unless the Ackman actually addressed those and answered those and apologized, assuming he did say that. I don't know. I don't follow the Ackman and things of that nature. But again, these are just words from you. Where's the proof? Where's the proof? You know, where's the video clip? Where's the link to the video where he says this? You know, where's the evidence of this? You have none in this video. All right. And, you know, why should I have to look stuff up where I could just be watching the other side content and they provide it to me? They provided information to me. You're not doing that. So why should I believe you over them? You see what I'm saying here? Moving on. 9:27. You have your fans attacking him with racism. See, there we go. Now we get into I'm back to the 33-second mark. So there you go. So I'm not going to address that again. All right. So, and now I'm going to actually read a tweet. This is the tweet that Ackman posted on June 8th. Please do not, all caps, harass or make any threats against YouTube, Quantum, or anyone involved in this situation. If you would like to express yourself, feel free to do so responsibly and use the hashtag justice for Ackman. Thank you all for the support. It means the world to me. Yeah, so yeah, that screams attack Quantum TV with racism. So yeah, there you go with that. So again, you can't, yeah, that's a bad take. That 9 minute 27-second mark, that's a bad take. That's a terrible take, actually. 9 minutes and 41 seconds. How the Ackman got demonetized. You talk about how the Ackman got demonetized. I talked about that at the beginning of the video. And he basically said, oh, he wasn't joking. He was being serious about that. So, yeah, and he mentioned something about a gun issue that YouTube dealt with a few years back. I'll be honest, I don't remember that. I'm not saying he's lying about that. I just don't remember that. Whether it happened or not, I don't remember. So, I'm going to leave that alone. 10 minutes and 8 seconds. When the Ackman got demonetized, he went on Twitter and blamed Quantum TV at first. Now, here's the thing about that. That is true. At first, he did blame Quantum TV for that, but then he changed his mind. You see the difference? He basically said something wrong, and then he thought about saying, wait a minute now. Let me take back what I said and let me apologize. He's done that. Review Tech USA done that. But yet, in some of the things you have done, because you have not been squeaky clean throughout your YouTube career, you haven't done that. You haven't done that at all. So, Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. 11 minutes and 6 seconds. He accused Review Tech USA of creating a... See, here we go. We're going back to the 33 seconds again. I ain't going to talk about that again because, again, we talk... Now, Ackman, I have no clue. I don't follow him like that. Review Tech USA, I've been watching his content for years. And he said this time and time again, way before this incident even took place, do not go after people. He said this time and time again so that, oh, Review Tech USA created a mob against them? No. It's just that people don't listen to Review Tech USA. If people are going after you, they just not listening to people. They say, oh, I'm just going to do this on my own free will. Because, I mean, people have free will. YouTubers don't brainwash people into doing stuff. So keep that in mind. Again, I said this before. Keep that in mind. And then again, now this is funny right here. 11 minutes and 9 seconds. He brought up the 2013 incident where Review Tech USA called somebody the F word that rhymes with maggot. And I talked about, and you know what's funny? When I did that video about this whole situation, my first video, Quantum TV actually responded to my video. Now, did he post any words? Did he post a paragraph or say anything? No. All he did was posted a link of a clip to the live stream where Review Tech USA called somebody the F word. Review Tech USA brought that up in his own live stream a few weeks ago, and he said that same day when that incident took place back in 2013, he released an apology video. So again, he said something that he knew he shouldn't have said, and the same day he came out with an apology video. It wasn't 3 seconds. It was like a I forgot how long it was. It was like a 5 to 8 minute video of him apologizing, how he was feeling about it, and the fact that he must get better when dealing with situations like that. And he also said that ever since then, he never said that word. So, but again, I have to ask this question. What does Review Tech saying the F word have to do anything with you and everything you being accused of? Like, what does that have to do with you? So, that's my question. Moving on, 11 minutes and 29 seconds. Accused Review Tech USA stealing $200 from his black friend on YouTube. Now, this was also addressed on YouTube, on a Review Tech USA live stream as well. He said it was resolved within hours, and this was years ago. So, I mean, and apparently there's evidence of this out there as well. I'm not going to look it up, but that's what he said. Now, he's saying there's evidence out there. I mean, what, you know, so again, what does that have to do with Quantum TV and everything that he's accused of? Are you trying to say, oh, I'm bad, but these guys are worse? Is that what you're saying? Because basically you're just admitting that you're guilty if you're saying that. So I'm like, why are you bringing up bad things that other people are doing when they are accusing you of doing bad stuff? It's what that screams to me is you're guilty of everything that they're saying, but you're still accusing them of doing something worse. That's what that screams to me. Let's move on. 11 minutes and 53 seconds in. He accused Review Tech USA of fondling a girl's breast, and she was okay with it, but then she said stop. And that you're reaching on this one. So Review Tech USA have 2 videos. The first one called My 4 Dating Nightmares and My 4 Dating Nightmares, the sequel. So I remember those stories. He actually brought this up in the video about him fondling some girl's breast because she wants him to do it. Those are stories that he told. And then, then let's get back to what Quantum TV said in that time frame. He brought up the sexual harassment that he as in Review Tech USA sexual harassed a girl, which was staged. It was fake. So what happened was the person came into Review Tech USA's live stream, super chatted, saying, "Hey, Review Tech USA, you know that girl that accused you of sexual harassing her? Yeah, it was fake. She did that video. It was fake. Yeah, I kind of what's that? It's this one website. I forgot what it's called. Not Tinder. Where you can pay celebrities to do stuff or whatever. He did that with this one girl. That legit happened in a Review Tech USA live stream. So, and again, I said this before. I said this again. What does Review Tech USA issues with girls have to do with you and what you're accused of? Again, you're saying that you're guilty, but you're saying that the stuff you're being accused of and being guilty of is cupcake compared to what other people are doing. That's what that screams to me. So cut that out. Cut that out. You're not looking good. Cut that out. 12 minutes and 32 seconds. Here we go again. Oh, wait, okay. Accused Review Tech USA and Ackman are pointing fingers at people, making excuses, complaints when they got in trouble. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. Otherwise, why you bringing up Review Tech USA stealing $200 from his black friend? Why you bringing up Review Tech USA fondling a girl's breast and sexually harassing a girl? Why you bringing up the Ackman saying the F word and the N word? Why you bringing up what they're doing when they are accusing you of something? Again, this screams you're guilty, but what you're guilty of is nothing in comparison to what they have done. That's what you're saying when you trying to flip this around and say, oh, you accuse me of this? Oh, that's nothing. You should see what they have done. Like, you're basically, to me, you're screaming that you're guilty. Because you're trying to say, oh, it's not bad. Like, yeah, I've done this, but it's not as bad as what they done. So, stop trying to flip it around and stop trying to bring up stuff that they, or trying to accuse them doing stuff. And they have evidence saying otherwise, by the way. Now, let's move on. 12 minutes and 48 seconds. Accused Review Tech USA of doxing the 316 killer, and that's what he called it. It's actually the 1316 killer, and says video is out there. Where's the video? Again, it's not your description. You didn't post a clip of it. Where's the video? But you know what? I did see Review Tech USA post a video of explaining what really happened involving the 1316 killer. That was straightened out immediately. And the 1316 killer actually said so himself. Again, stop trying to flip it around and trying to get other people in trouble. It's not working. Okay, this one, I'm okay. 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Quantum TV brought up Voss, how you pronounce his name, who said that the age of consent for kids should be lowered and child pornography should be legal. Now, and basically saying it because Review Tech USA watches Voss live streams. And he basically accused, basically because of the fact that Review Tech USA watches Voss, who says those things, quote unquote, by the way, Quantum TV is calling Review Tech USA a pedophile. Not because of, oh, he did stuff with kids, but because he watches a live stream of somebody who does stuff with kids. And, well, I haven't seen the video, but according to Review Tech USA, he said that Quantum TV took Voss way out of context. And pretty much he lied. Like, he didn't say that. He was obviously joking about it or gave a hot take, but it was not a good take at all. But nevertheless, Voss obviously said he was against those things. So the fact that Quantum TV, again, why are you bringing up what other people are doing that have nothing to do with your situation? Nothing to do with your situation. Just stop it. And while Quantum TV was saying this thing, he was waving his hands in the air, talking about, oh, Review Tech USA is supposed to be a father of three. And he waved his hands as if you doubt the fact that Review Tech USA have kids. That's what that look. That's how that looking. Let's move on. 60 minutes and 40 seconds. Accused Mischief of stealing his videos. Where I'm like, wait a minute now. On your channel, you have an 11-second video of Naruto. The Naruto anime on your channel. You ain't doing no commentary on it. You ain't doing anything special with it. You just have a random 11 seconds from Naruto on your channel. I mean, you stealing anime content and posting it on your channel. What is that about? So that's why people call you a hypocrite, because not only did you do that with Naruto, but you did that with Disney and you did that with other YouTubers as well with their content. So that's why I'm like, wait a minute now. How can you accuse somebody else of stealing your videos when you've been stealing other people's videos? You see how people are calling you a hypocrite? Let's move on. 17 minutes and 51 seconds. Okay, he says bully and attacked a minor, referring to Mischief since he's like 16, because he flagged the video. Okay, I still didn't get the whole, how Quantum TV attacked the minor, unless there's some information out there that I missed. I have no clue about that one. I'm going to leave that alone. Let's move on. 18 minutes and 39 seconds. Apparently, people have been calling Quantum TV's landline. Again, this brings me back to what he said at the very beginning of his video. It's getting real. Y'all need to squash it. Let's move on. 19 minutes and 12 seconds. Claims that the creators have a problem with him and says that's just the way it works. Well, you got to ask yourself this question. Why does other creators have a problem with you? Like, have you ever stopped to consider why that is? Have you ever tried reaching out and say, yo, why does these creators have a problem with me? Why do you guys have a problem with me? I bet you didn't. And we're going to get more on that later on in this video. Let's move on. 20 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm not trying to attack him. Quote unquote, I'm not trying to attack him. That's what the words of Chrono TV. I already talked about that, how like, yo, both of y'all, not purposely, but both sides have y'all respective fan base going at each other. So that's why, yeah, y'all need to squash it. 20 minutes and 43 seconds. Oh, okay, here we go. And I'm quoting here. You don't take people's videos because you don't like their takes and harass them over it. It's called criticism. It's called, being harsh but fair. Criticizing other people's work. Like if I saw a painting and it didn't look good, I'm gonna say it didn't look good, and I'm gonna say why it didn't look good, and then I'm gonna give a reason how it could be better, if the case may be. Like you don't just say, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with what you said," and that's so hypocritical because you're talking about Elden Ring, and you're saying that the game ain't good. You're quote unquote harassing Elden Ring. You see how people are calling you a hypocrite? You see how people are calling you a hypocrite? So keep that in mind. And also, we're going to continue on with the quotes here. There's a problem with your behavior. And then you're going to say, cancerous, disgusting, parasitic drama channels. And then we're going to keep fast forward to this part. Make YouTube a dangerous place at this point. And then I'm going to continue on with the quote here. I wouldn't be getting these hate comments talking about TVs, as I never had hate comments about TVs. There was a few TV YouTubers that was talking about you on Review to USA streams a few weeks back. Where did that come from? So there's that. And matter of fact, in terms of like, let's go through like Chrono TV's YouTube videos. HD TV test caps so hard for the CX versus BX. 54 seconds into that video. Vincent, shut the fuck up. I'm just going to put that out there. Shots fired. Wow. If that's not harassment, I don't know what is. I mean, that's not cancerous, disgusting, parasitic drama comment right there. Like, what is that? Okay, here's another one. Why does Chrono TV attack every AV YouTuber? Here's the answer. That's in your title. You admitted that you're attacking every AV YouTuber. Let's continue on. Secret LG CXBT.2020 menu settings without the misinformation. Here's the smoke you order, Vincent. You're going after Vincent again. Like, what is that? FOMO admits to being a clueless rookie that nobody should trust. At the 1 minute and 3 seconds, and you basically rub it in. Yeah, look at that harassment right there. And there's a playlist you got a playlist of exposed videos. Once upon a time, you might have took them down because people were calling you out on it, on how you were being a hypocrite with those videos. You see how people are calling you a hypocrite. Let's move on. 21 minutes and 45 seconds. You want to be left alone. And again, I talked about how you need to like squash the beef. Now, there's a number of things that you missed that you did not mention in this video. You didn't mention the fact that you remove comments that are not positive on your channel. So basically, comments that are negative or neutral on any one of your videos, you remove it. Heck, I even posted a comment basically asking, so if your Twitter was hacked, what are your thoughts and your feelings about the LGBTQ community? I didn't cuss at you. I didn't call you out your name. Well, I'm African American, so I can't necessarily say I can be racist towards you. So I wasn't doing anything like that. I was asking a question like, yo, so how you feel about the LGBTQ community? Comment was deleted. This was my comment. So you didn't address that because, again, View to USA rightfully accused you of deleting comments because it does look very awkward that you have a lot of dislikes on your videos, but your comment section is squeaky clean. Yeah, that's because you delete comments. You delete comments. Let's talk about the fact that you called the Ackman's moms twice. You didn't mention that in this video. You kind of hinted at it, but you didn't mention it. Now, I did see, right before I started recording this, I think it was a picture that, or a tweet, something you posted that the mom called you the second time. But it don't matter. You still called his mom. Whether it's once or twice or infinity time, you still called his mom. And here's the thing. Here's the thing that is so messed up about all of this. Review Tech USA, time and time again, and even recently as this past Friday, he invited you to show up in his live stream. Like, yo, We can talk this out. I'm gonna ask you questions. I'm gonna give you the chance to clear your name and to clear the air. You never took him off on his offer. And recently he said, yo, if you worry about the chat would be cut off and it would just be you and me. Everybody would be watching. So we have evidence of this, but it would just be you and me. And we talking and I interview you and I ask you questions about this, this, and this. He literally gave you the invite. And this has been a thing for weeks. And I have yet to see that interview. The Ackman hit you up on Discord. Okay, he provided screenshots of this. And I think the Ackman did this twice, saying like, yo, let's talk this out over Discord's voice chat. And apparently, that didn't happen because you ended up calling his mom. And I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? So that's why it's like it's not a good look. It is not a good look, not at all. And again, I talked about how you delete videos when people call you out for being a hypocrite. I mentioned that already, so I'm not gonna go there. So there's just a lot of things wrong with this video that the Ackman, not the Ackman, but Chrono TV put out, because again, there's a lot of stuff that he says, but he have no proof behind it. He have no evidence behind it. While the other side, they have their evidence. They have their proof. Not to mention, he trying to bring up stuff that the opposition has said or done that was, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, 6 years ago, nearly 10 years ago, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, what does that have to do with you and what you're accused of? Not a thing. So, here's what I think should happen. Chrono TV need to hit up the Ackman. He need to hit up Review Tech USA and say like, yo, my family are being attacked. Yours being attacked apparently. We need to squash this and clear the air. And like, we need to put this to rest so our families won't be attacked anymore. You two need to be involved, because anytime anybody talks about this topic that is monetized, they're no longer being monetized. So you two need to be involved. There needs to be a fourth party that is involved so they can moderate this whole conversation, because you two cannot be trusted to moderate this. So that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. And until Chrono TV actually sits down, well, not real life sits down. Sit down and talk to Review Tech USA or the Ackman or both. Until that time comes, he should not be releasing videos about Review Tech USA, about the Ackman, about Mischief, about Tipster, about anybody. He should not be doing that. He should not be doing that. Because he have a lot of videos doing that. And it makes people wonder, are you doing this just to get attention? Cause that, and you know what's funny? In his video catalog, he talked about how this one guy gets 100 views, whatever the case may be. But when he talks about Chrono TV, his views are in the thousands. Well, I'm looking at the Chrono TV's views. You know, his views when he posted normal content. Okay, 1,000, 4,000, 8,000. But when you're talking about Review Tech USA or the Ackman, 91,000, 108,000, 72,000. You again, another proof of you being a hypocrite. You see what's going on here? So, if you really have a problem with it, why are you making videos about it still? Why? Now, I'm not saying, all his views are like 8,000 or 1,000. No, there's some videos that he released where he got, okay, I see this one video, the best TV money could buy, 73,000 views. Okay, cool. But it's still like make you look very hypocritical when you still constantly releasing videos about Review Tech USA and the Ackman, knowing that they're going to get a crap ton of views, knowing that people are going to watch. So if you really want this to end, stop making those videos. You need to get in contact with the Ackman, with Review Tech USA, or both. Y'all need to work it out. So there you go with that. This is a 55-minute video pretty much. And I'm going to call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know what this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, a.k.a. the new Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.